this is the element we're talking about. So the volume of this element will be how much? It will be A delta x, right? It's the length of this element, delta x. A delta x is the volume. Now let us say the wave is going. If the wave is going, the particle is at x. Let us say displaces by s, goes s, and particle at x plus delta x, let us say goes by s plus delta s. Because it's a wave, they won't do the same thing. Each one will have its own displacement. If everybody does the same thing, then it's like a railway compartment. It goes together. But then there won't be any change in volume. Here there will be a change in volume because one does s and other does s plus delta s. What is the change in volume of this element? How much is the change in volume? Can't hear it. Delta s कैसे? What? How much is it? Check out ना. अगर दोनों s से जाएंगे तो what will change in volume? No change in volume. सही बात है. एक s से गया और एक s plus delta s से गया. कितना change in volume? A delta s. हाँ? A delta s. Right? Is it fine? This is the change in volume. And delta s need not be positive. Delta s can be negative. So delta s is positive means it is rarefaction. If delta s is negative means it is compression. ठीक है ना? This wall moves by 1 meter and that wall moves by half a meter, then the room has become shorter. You will be pressed together, compressed. That's it. Now why have I written like that? Because what is the bulk modulus definition? Bulk modulus is change in pressure by the volume strain. So in other words, what is delta P? Is minus V delta V by V. We have this. So I have got delta V by V. So I can write down what is delta P. Delta P is minus V delta V by V is minus V delta S by delta X. Now this delta P is the change in pressure. Now very often we call P, we simply put P and we understand by P gauge pressure. Gauge pressure means the pressure over and above the atmospheric pressure. Normally the mean pressure we can say, atmospheric pressure we can say. So when you say delta P, you're talking about the change in pressure. Right? When you say pressure is there, so you actually talk about the gauge pressure. Pressure is anywhere there. Atmospheric pressure is all the time there. You don't keep saying pressure is there. उसके ज़्यादा होगा तो pressure कहते हैं. So that's it. The punctured tire also has pressure, atmospheric pressure. We say नहीं है, हवा नहीं है. हवा है, atmospheric pressure है. हवा हम बोलते हैं atmosphere से ज़्यादा होने के लिए. That's when the tire bulges out. It says, I'm stronger than you. P plus delta P. So बाहर P naught है, अंदर P naught plus delta P है. The tire is bulging. So something like that. So this delta P itself I am calling as the change in pressure. This I am calling as gauge pressure. Is it okay? So from the context you can make out what it is. So my P is equal to minus B del S by del X. If I put del X tending to 0, then I get this. This I am calling it as converter equation. It can convert your displacement wave to a pressure wave, but this P stands for the gauge pressure. Get that? So I'm removing the delta. It's understood. So what is the gauge pressure? Sorry, what is the pressure wave? Let us differentiate P equal to minus V. If you differentiate this with respect to X, you will get minus Ks naught cos omega t minus Kx. So what is P? P is Vks naught cos omega t minus Kx. So this is the maximum pressure. This is the pressure amplitude. So we write it like this. P is equal to P naught sin omega t minus Kx plus pi by 2. Can I write this sin 90% as cos theta? So two things to note. One is, what is pressure amplitude? It is Vks naught. So if you know S naught is displacement amplitude, pressure amplitude is Vks naught. B is bulk modulus, K is angular wave number, 2 pi by lambda. Multiply like that and get your answer. And the second thing is, the pressure wave and displacement wave have a phase difference of pi by 2. That's it. So which also means that when displacement is maximum, pressure will be minimum. Minimum I mean 0, not negative. Okay, sin hai, cos hai. You know that sin when it is 0, cos is either 0 or plus or minus 1. And vice versa. When sin is plus 1 minus 1, cos is 0. So like that. So pressure will be the mean pressure when displacement is maximum. Maximum means on either side. Whether plus or minus, it's only within direction. So that's it, take that. This is the main equation I'm talking about. This is what you have learned now. How to convert a displacement wave into a pressure wave. And that pressure is gauge pressure. So this can be negative also. See this value can be negative. Pressure negative का क्या मतलब? ये pressure नहीं है, ये gauge pressure. So if the pressure is 1.2 atmosphere, then we say the gauge pressure is 0.2 atmosphere. If the pressure is 0.98 atmosphere, minus 0.02 atmosphere is the gauge pressure. So gauge pressure can be negative. Pressure can't be negative. Understand from the context what are we talking about. A closed pipe vibrates with a tuning fork of 440 Hz. The speed of sound is 330 meters per second. This vibrates in the second overflow. Let V naught be the gauge pressure. Displacement wave, what happened? by 4. And since this is vibrating with tuning from the 440, that means both of them have the same frequency. That's resonance, right? They are vibrating together. So this is 440 hertz is equal to 330 and 5 into 330 meter per second by 4 into L. So how much is it? So L is 4 into 440 divided by 5 into 330. So that's it. So this is 3 times and this is 4 times. So 60 by 15 meter. So that's your length of the pipe. Okay. So the first question, 16 minus 3 meter is your
उल्टा हुआ
That's the length of the pipe. Okay. Now the length of the pipe. The equation for stationary wave will also be the same. What is the equation that we write down? That will be like A max sin kx cos omega t sin cos omega. So you have to see. Did you make the pressure wave? Pressure wave what will happen? Should be sin b naught. That will be looks like this. So when you take x equal to 0, how do you decide should it be s max sin kx or s max cos kx or something else? So check that the boundary. X equal to 0. For example, here, x equal to 0, what do you do? It means 0. You will put sin kx. Because here x equal to 0, what do you do? So, yeah, so what will satisfy? What will the measure amplitude? It will be cos kx. Right, so the measure amplitude, we write it like delta V naught cos kx. Is that okay? I have written like that. Delta P is the variational pressure at any point. Delta P naught is the maximum variational pressure. That means that is the antinode. The maximum amplitude is called antinode. So the same comes on 3 plus 1. So we write like that. So delta P. Why am I doing this? Midpoint. So midpoint means what is this? Delta P naught cos k 2 pi by lambda into x. Let's substitute for x. What is x? We're saying midpoint, so this is L by 2 and then lambda. By the way, what is lambda for second over 2? Lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2 plus lambda by 4. Now 5 lambda by 4 equals what is lambda 4L by 5. So this will be 4L by 5. How much is it in physics? Cos 2 pi L by 2 upon 4L by 5. So how much is it? Cos 5 pi by 4. 1 upon 4 is minus 1 by root 2. So minus doesn't have a meaning. So the amplitude that you can negative and positive to the same. So there is a mod value. What is the delta P at the midpoint? At the midpoint, the value is delta P naught by root 2. Yeah, that's the second part I solved. The first part I solved. Delta P naught by root 2. The midpoint answer. Like that I can find at any point. So just a demonstration that find the midpoint. You can say at the quadrant L by 4 में क्या होगा? L by 4 होगा. You can substitute any value and find the corresponding amplitude at that point. The only thing was to fix up this. Should it have been cos kx sin kx? That we checked by the boundary. X equals 0. Not only that, if I have taken x from there, still takes 9k. The MCQ 0 that is 0. Different than that is boundary. Two of these questions I have done. Can you fill in these values? At the node, at the closed end, what will happen?
Sir, where is that term with omega t in that pressure equation? Delta P equal to delta P naught cos kx.
Because I'm only calculating amplitude. I'm only calculating amplitude. I'm not giving the equation of the pressure range. Since I'm only calculating amplitude, I'm just taking the amplitude.
Okay.
And delta P at the midpoint means the pressure variation at the midpoint. The amplitude. You can add a cos omega t or a sin omega t along with it. And which one means you can add anything because nothing has been specified. So just if you want, you can add it. If you want. Yeah, tell me what is the at the closed and what is the maximum pressure? Closed end कौन सा ये वाला है?
सर आपको काफी चाहिए.
Singularity is antinode.
काफी चाहिए.
This is the antinode. So here Pmax antinode मतलब maximum variation होगा इधर. So mean क्या है? P naught. P naught से उतना ज़्यादा P naught plus delta P naught और P naught से उतना ही कम. Here there will be the max. This is what antinode pressure means. सबसे ज़्यादा और सबसे कम होगा. Displacement air पर भी यही होता है ना. सबसे ऊपर जाता है, सबसे नीचे भी जाता है. And at the open end, there is no variation. That's the node. So, what is the maximum pressure? P naught plus zero. Minimum pressure P naught minus zero. P naught equals to P naught is mean pressure. So, like this, which is the external pressure. The atmospheric pressure. जो मीन जो वेव नहीं है प्रेशर क्या है वो वाली बात. या are you fine with these four questions? At our ear, right now when you don't get any sound, I'm speaking right now, not now, let's say silent, then the pressure in the ear is P naught, atmospheric pressure. When that sound means what? That pressure raises slightly, becomes less, etc. That is what is sound. And by speaking, you generate that. Your ear vibrates. That's it. And it vibrates a little more. That is what producing the effect of sound in your ear. when this idea was figured out that the fact that sound is pressure variation, that's what made it the ability to take it far enough. Telephone things were you speak. There's a saying very superficially, of course, but that's what it has done. You speak, you have pressure variations, and there is a magnet. There's a diaphragm which vibrates according to the pressure. The diaphragm is just like any tabla ke ऊपर होता है, it's a thin membrane. That vibrates, which has a magnet connected to it. It vibrates, creates electric current, electromagnetic induction. You vibrate a magnet, you produce a current. The pattern will be the same as your vibration. So whatever sound you have, it produces a current in the same vibration. That current goes to that part of place. There the whole process is repeated the reverse way. The current makes the magnet vibrate, the magnet makes the diaphragm vibrate, diaphragm makes the airwaves vibrate, and you hear sound. अरे वो बोल रहा है. You hear his voice or her voice or whatever. That pattern will be the same. So the pattern is the generates. Otherwise, how will our sound reach there? No, the pattern is conveyed. And later on, more advancement without the wire also is being conveyed. Wireless. But the whole thing depends on the fact that sound is a pressure wave. So you can produce a pressure wave corresponding to that. Yeah, can I move on to this question? So, let's look at the next article, speed of a nominal wave. Sometime back we did that speed of a transverse wave, root T by mu. Remember? Yes. So this is what we have not done, let us do that now. Speed of a nominal wave. Displacement wave is S0 sin omega t minus kx. And just now we learned that this value will be dk S0 cos omega t minus kx. That's because t is minus b del s by del x. And find out like this. For this displacement wave, this is the pressure wave. Now, let us take the element again, the one we focused on last time. Then, now here, what is the pressure on this element from this side? At x, the pressure is P. So the actual pressure will be P0 plus P. This is the gauge pressure. The pressure more than the mean pressure. P0 plus P. What is the pressure there? So this pressure will be from this equation P plus delta P. That's the gauge pressure. And anyway, you have the mean pressure which is P0. Total pressure will be so much. Pressure is to press, so from that side to press this way, from this side to press that way. Now this is the total force on this. What is the acceleration of this element? Acceleration of this element will be the net force by mass. So what is the net force? This minus this. So you can see there is a backward force here as per this diagram, delta PA. So delta P itself will be negative, then it will be positive. So delta P by mass will be rho A delta x. Is that okay? So what is acceleration? Acceleration is, if you divide this, so this is minus 1 by rho del P by del x. You take everything to 0. So del P by del x will differentiate this. So what do you get? Minus 1 by rho del P by del x will be differentiated. This will be differentiated, you will get dk square S0 sin omega t minus kx. Is that okay? Cos को differentiate करेंगे, नेगेटिव आएगा, माइनस के बच में माइनस के आएगा, नेगेटिव गया, नेगेटिव बच गया, एक के बाहर आएगा, cos का sin हो गया, ठीक है? This is the pressure equation you have. So what is the pressure equation? So let me rewrite it. The acceleration according to this is equal to minus dk square S0 by rho sin omega t minus kx. This is the acceleration. But this is the displacement wave. So what is the ls by del t tell you? This is the speed of the particle. The particle will be acceleration as per kinematics. इसको लोअर डिफरेंशिएट किया तो acceleration आएगा या फोर्स बाय मास इक्वल्स लॉस किया तो भी acceleration आएगा और एंटी acceleration. If both are same, that means these two equations are same. So you get sine, that means this must be equal to this. The coefficients are equal. So equate the coefficients. What do you get? Omega square s naught is equal to dk square s naught by rho. This is omega by k is root d by rho. That is what is speed of sound. This is root d by rho, that is speed of a non-linear. That's it. Speed of the non-linear wave is root d by rho. That unit is a. Yeah, so we apply what we learned just now to figure out the speed of sound. Then the crucial question is what kind of a process it is. Well, Newton had said that the propagation of sound in gases is isothermal, and later Laplace had said no, it won't be isothermal, it will be adiabatic. And Laplace turned out to be right and Newton turned out to be wrong. Newton's argument was sound propagates in gases, the temperature is all the same, so it should be an isothermal process. Laplace said no, the sound when it propagates, the air compresses and rarefies. So it will cause a sudden change in temperature at those points, so that will not be isothermal. But heat won't get sufficient time to get across because sound travels very fast. There is not enough time for heat to move from the compressive region to the rarefied region. So it is an adiabatic process because heat is getting, it's not effectively, it is not moving across. So whatever result we got was verified by experiment. So we say Laplace, this is famous as Laplace correction of Newton's formula. But even Newton can go wrong, right? So let us look at what Laplace said. In terms of Laplace, it will be PV power gamma is a constant. Today the log will be there. Log V plus gamma log V will be log K, right? If I take a differential, you know that d log x by dx is 1 by x, or you can write like this, d log x is dx by x. I take a d everywhere. D of this, gamma is a constant, so I can take d of this and d of this. So d of this will be 0. This is gamma dt by d. This is dt by d. Now, once again, one formula is what? Is delta p by minus delta v by v. But in the differential notation, it will be minus v dp by dv. So I'm using this, rewrite what is minus v dp by dv here. Rewrite it, you will see that this is gamma p. So the bulk modulus for gases will take as gamma p. So gamma p, so what is the formula for speed of sound? Root d by rho will become root gamma p by rho. That's the speed of sound in gases. Speed of sound in gases will be under root gamma p by rho. Instead of d we have this. We can write it like this. And we know from our kinetic theory of gases that P equal to rho by mRT is the gas law. I can also rewrite it as P by rho is gamma RT by M. So that's the alternate formula for speed of sound in gases. That's it. So these are the formula: gamma P by rho, gamma RT by M. Now we will see that if some factors are changed, how does speed of sound change? So we've got those two formulas. Newton had, the point was he just went wrong in what is the alternative is isothermal bulk modulus will come out in. Adiabatic is gamma p. Actually isothermal is just p without the gamma. So that's it. So I didn't say what is Newton said because anyway it was wrong, so why not? Yeah. So is this okay? So let's see what factors determine. Okay, there rub the left side?
Yes.
The no sir should be more important because don't say no at the end like after I rub it people shout out. Shall I? Okay, so I'll give you a couple of factors. Let us see what happens. One. So factors affecting sound speed. So if pressure increases, what happens? Now at constant temperature, P by rho is RT by M. So if P increases, rho will also increase, such that P by rho is a constant. So what happens to speed of sound on increase of pressure? C remains constant. Decrease also the same, increase or decrease. So P by rho will remain, with pressure increase, density will increase, or pressure decrease, density will decrease. Suitably, the P by rho ratio is constant. So C remains constant. So actually nothing happens. Whenever you say a factor affects, that is only if other factors remain constant. If others are suitably changing to compensate, then you can't say, no? And that's it. So pressure doesn't change the speed of sound. How about temperature? As T varies, but C is proportional to root T. Others are constant. Gamma RT by M. Gamma is a constant, M is constant. So proportional to root T. So that means it will increase. So it is as T increases, C increases, and vice versa. So in summer, the sound travels faster than in winter. You can say that. Right? How about rainy season? So what happens if humidity increases? If humidity increases, can you tell me what will happen? How is the molecular mass से कैसे related है humidity? Air का molecular mass. Water vapor is the lighter component of air. So molecular mass of air goes down when humidity increases. How do you calculate the molecular mass of a mixture of gases? Mole fraction, physical chemistry. So when you add the more of the lighter mass, the molecular mass goes down. So humidity increase मतलब उसी में ज़्यादा नहीं ठूस दिया. So as humidity increases, molecular mass goes down. Therefore, speed increases because speed is inversely proportional to root m. Okay? And temperature will assume as constant. As humidity increases, at a given temperature, what happens? Well, that's it. So some questions are based on these things. So more of.
Sir, can you explain the last?
The humidity part. When humidity का मतलब क्या है? More water vapor in air. Water vapor is a lighter component. बादल ऊपर होते हैं ना? Water vapor ऊपर जाता है क्योंकि हल्का है बाकी से. So water vapor is a lighter component of air. So if air has more of lighter component, we talk about a certain percentage, na? I don't know exactly, but like oxygen is only 15% or something. Then nitrogen is some 74% or something. So things are like a mixture. Air is a mixture of gases. So if water vapor is more in that mixture, then the molecular mass of air will go down. And then this forms. Yeah, is it okay? So here are the formulae and some three factors. Pressure, nothing happens. Increase of temperature increases the speed, and increase in humidity decreases the speed. That's all. So in open pipes and closed pipes, earlier we have been using C by 4L. That C is this only. Gamma RT by M or gamma P by rho. You can make up some question by filling some gas in the open pipe and then asking what happens, etc. But no big deal. You can handle it. Right? We move on to the next article. It talk about intensity and loudness of sound. Intensity of sound. Sound is a longitudinal wave. I can take it as a pressure wave or displacement wave. We have done intensity of a wave earlier. It doesn't really matter whether it's longitudinal transverse, because energy is energy. Whether you vibrate this way or this way, whether you dance this way or this way, it's equally kind. So the energy will be the same. The formula that we learned was half rho omega square A square C. Remember? Half rho omega square A square. I'm writing as S naught square. That's all. Is it okay? Amplitude, displacement amplitude S naught is the symbol we have taken for today. With intensity. I would prefer to get the value of intensity in terms of pressure. That's all. We are actually not discovering a new formula. The same formula will alternate and keeping it in our form that we want. So I want you to get me this. Get me the pressure as a function of these things. Sorry, get me the intensity as a function of pressure, amplitude, density, and speed. Some of the formula which will help you is C equals omega by K, and you also figured out that omega by K is root V by rho. And of course you know that P naught is Vk S naught. So can you get me a formula in terms of P naught rho and C?
So half P naught.
Yeah? How is what? What how? I have not said anything. How is P naught? Is asking a general question like 30 years question. P naught is quite good. How is P naught?
Sir, I said.
How is this you are saying?
Sir, no, I said the answer. Half P naught. Sir, half P naught omega.
Listen. If the fraction omega कहाँ से omega है इसमें? Omega नहीं है. Now omega के I want the answer in P naught rho C. Omega तो आएगा ही नहीं. Omega गायब हो जाएगा. Half rho omega square. देखो इसको मैं लिखता हूँ P naught by Bk. Is it okay? और ये स्क्वायर लिखा क्योंकि स्क्वायर है. So first of all I got my P naught square. Now what is this omega square by what is this? What is that red loop? The red loop is.
Sir, why isn't the loudness related to the distance?
Not distance. What? At any distance if you get this. As long as you get distance means that's a separate issue. Loudness is distance in what? When is it loudest? If something is if an atom bomb explosion takes place in space, how does it matter to you? You won't hear it. So that can be silent for you. So why should it be at a distance? What you get at your ear is what matters. Something is loud. For example, the earphones we hear our music, an iPod or something, that may damage your ear. It's possible because that's only getting into your ear. You might say उसमें है कि इतना सा बैटरी है. बात तो सही है. If I beat you with a stick, nothing will happen. But if I take a pin and poke your ear, so you can't say कि अरे लाठी से कुछ नहीं हुआ तो पिन से क्या? इधर क्या यूज़ कर रहे हैं उससे होने वाला है. Isn't it? So that's why you have to be careful with this. The thing, because that is just going in the ear and creates a very loud sound. So take care of the volumes. Don't think battery chota hai. Concerns that. Let's look at this question. See, a jet is flying at let us say 100 meter altitude. 100 meters is quite tall, but still it is low flight. Qutub Minar is 72 meters tall. So 100 meters is above Qutub Minar. Yeah, the tallest minaret in India, or perhaps the world, in terms of minaret, stone pillar. So the person here hears, let us say, on the ground is able to hear a 80 decibel sound. Now you want, so what is the minimum height it should fly such that sound level is 60. So 80 is too much. So let's just say that we should get only 60. So what is the minimum height it should fly? That's the question. Now, this is a point source. It will have some power and it will give the same power at any point around. It's a spherical distribution. Any point source, while I am speaking, my sound doesn't go into your ear only. This goes here also. Here also. So everywhere at the same distance, the intensity will be same. What is the intensity at this person? The intensity I1 will be P by 4 pi R1 square. Power per unit area. At this area, at R distance, 4 pi R square is the surface area of the sphere. This is what is called inverse square law. Intensity varies as 1 by R square. For a given power, intensity is 1 by R square. Yeah. So, if you were at another distance, then it will be 4 pi R2 square. If R2 is more, I2 will be less. You are trying to make it less from 80 to 60 decibel. That's sound level. So now I put in terms of sound level. What is sound level 1? Sound level 1 is 10 log to the base 10 I1 by I0. Sound level 2 is 10 log to the base 10 I2 by I0. Sound level 1 is 80 decibel. Sound level 2 is 60 decibel. So what is 80 minus 60? 20 decibel. This, what is this minus this? Log m minus log n is log m by n. So this is 10 log to the base 10 I1 by I2. But what is I1 by I2? I1 by I2 is R2 square by R1 square. ऐसा है ना? So this is 10 log to the base 10 R2 by R1 whole square. So how much do you get R2 by R1 as? So take this 2 here, 20. 20 equals 20 log to the base 10. What you have got is this. 20 equals to 20 log to the base 10 R2 by R1. So that means this is log R2 by R1 is 1, which means R2 is 10 R1. 10 times 100, so that means 1 kilometer or 1000 meters. That's the new altitude. If the plane flies at 1000 meters or 1 kilometer altitude, it will now produce a 60 decibel sound. Well, that's it. And that's the reason why you do not see, if you see a defense aircraft, normally बहुत ऊंचे में वो धुआं छोड़ता है पीछे. Those are actually ice crystals at that level. So you see a trail of that. You don't see that in passenger, but that will produce a greater sound. The warplanes, they are much faster. Passenger planes are not designed to travel that fast. They talk about Mach 1, Mach 2, supersonic jets. But that you will never see flying close by, because they don't close by, because if they fly close by, you will get such a shock. The sound level. तुम्हें लगेगा war हो गया, bomb डाल दिया. Yeah, it will create fear. So that's because just the sound level will be so high. So that's why they are flying high. So at that level also sometimes you do hear a hum of jets. They are flying pretty high. So that's it. This is all about waves and computer waves. I gave you the homework for Doppler effects सब दे दिया ना? हाँ. Interference is there in sound, but we will do it with interference in light. We'll do it as a mix. It's nothing different. So it is part of wave optics. So interference is what you need not do. So hence I am putting questions of interference which you don't have to do. So rather I am not giving the homework, I am giving you what is not to be done. Because everything else you have to do, or waves is over. So the part I am marking off are the interference questions, which you do later when I say so. So those questions pertain to interference, and don't do them now. Rest of it you do, and we'll spend the time discussing doubts first next class. Yeah. So HCD booklet सारा करके आ जाओ. Waves खत्म हो गया. And make sure you do all the class examples. I am claiming it. You have actually done. Ideally speaking, there shouldn't be any doubts. Still, I am available. Okay. Okay. ऐसा कोई question नहीं है. We have done tougher questions in the class and better questions in the class. सारे varieties के किए हैं. तो कोई भी question होगा कहीं ना कहीं उसका होगा. Don't know. आपस में थोड़ा discuss करो. And I want the intersection of doubts, not the union of doubts. Class में एक डाउट है मतलब किसी से नहीं हुआ तब मुझे पूछो. तो थोड़ा डिस्कस करके आओ. अभी 4-5 से डिस्कस करो. Then give it to me. Then अच्छा लगेगा करने में. अगर ऐसा भी कोई क्वेश्चन है, महान क्वेश्चन है, 50 लोग गेस कर चुके हैं, अभी भी नहीं हो रहा है, क्या बात है? I will be proud to do that question.